Hello everyone, I'm Thomas Kinkade, the painter of light. Every time I sit down at my easel here inside my studio, Ivygate Cottage, I get excited about capturing a new vision on canvas. Most of my paintings are very idealistic. I guess I've always been a romantic and an idealist, and I always try to make the forms of nature look that much more grandiose and more dramatic, more perfect than they might be in real life. My little daughters, when I tuck them in at night, oftentimes we have these conversations, and one of their favorite topics is the subject of heaven. And especially Windsor and Evie, my two young ones, will ask me, well, Daddy, in heaven do they have waterfalls? Or in heaven, is there a blue sky? And we talk about this every now and then, and I began to daydream about heaven and think about it more often. And one day I had a kind of a whimsical insight. I began to think, well, what if there was a golf course in heaven? What would it be like? Living Waters, Golfer's Paradise Hole 1 was a project that challenged me to really go beyond my already heightened sense of romance and to literally envision paradise. I began my Golfer's Paradise series with some work done on location. In fact, it was interesting because I was literally allowed to set up my easel at the tee-off point for one of the most spectacular holes at a golf course that I enjoyed playing. The day was perfect, the light was perfect, and I worked quickly on my plein air study. It gave me a chance to really study the way light moves across a golf course. This is something I suppose artists daydream about. We try to, oftentimes in our work, create places that are enchanting, that have a sense of a world that is a little more perfect than our own. We like to create a sense of wide-eyed wonder as we magnify the drama and the beauty of nature. From my finished plein air study, I created the spatial box, or the format of the layout for the painting, the way the eye would move in and out. I maintained that same composition as I began to layer on my detail. This painting is called Living Waters because I wanted to focus on the stream in the foreground. I think that is probably one of the most universal messages of Scripture. I was inspired in the foliage to create extreme detail using a very complex technique that involved layer upon layer of color and lots of thick paint used right at the last to highlight individual little blades of grass and individual little petals on the flowers as they are in full bloom. I guess heaven would be a place where the morning light is utterly perfect. The pastel colors in the sky suggest the dawning of a radiant new day. I particularly had fun painting the urn at the left with all the detail. I envisioned the two T markers as being solid gold and being perfectly placed as you have your shot lined up. You can either take an approach shot off to the left or try to thread the needle between the trees and head straight down towards the flag. To me, golf has always been about the pursuit of a perfect landscape. Golf course designers try so energetically to create a setting that as you walk through it, nothing interrupts that pastoral sense of a perfect place of peacefulness and the flowing interest of the eye as you look over the forms of nature, the bushes, the flowers, the fairways. It leads your eye down into the distance, and there's always mystery in a golf course. You're always wondering what's around the bend, what the next shot will be like. This is a golf course I would love to play, and I think it would be a dreamy reminder of why people play golf. It's that pursuit of beauty, that pursuit of the timeless moment. when you dim the lights for this painting, you will really see what I mean when I say that the paradise of golf is all about light and about the way that the light pours from the sky and splashes over the landscape. The radiant areas of light in the flowers and the sky get more intense as the lights grow dim. And then as you bring the lights back up, it's as though the morning is breaking and the sunlight is pouring through. I intend to continue the Golfer's Paradise series with the completion of the front 9 holes, and then we'll see how it goes from there. This series will really give me a chance to experiment with mood and light. Being a golfer, I am having fun with the idea of designing the golf course as I go, and I'm getting some ideas already for my next hole. It will be a dramatic golf course. I intend to bring in many forms of nature. I will bend the rules of nature to create the perfect grouping of holes as we would envision it. It gets down to this: if golf really is a little bit of heaven on earth, my new series will reverse the equation. This will be a little bit of earth in heaven. This is not a golf course that could really exist. It is far more than that. This truly is a golf course in paradise. Each painting tells a story and inspires a heart. That's what it's all about, sharing the light and touching lives every day. God bless.